She was just a nurse from a small village in Rajasthan. Not a politician, not a celebrity, not a person with power. Yet within a few years, she held the kind of influence that could shake the entire government. And then she disappeared. No body, no clues, no answers. The case was so shocking, so unbelievable, that even the FBI in America had to step in to investigate. And at the center of this terrifying mystery, just one thing. A single CD, Welcome to Life in Frames. Bhanwari Devi's story begins in a dusty village in Kishangarh, Ajmer district. Her parents were poor daily wage laborers. Her childhood was marked by struggle. Money was always scarce. Her family carried the weight of survival every single day. Tragedy struck when her father died in an accident. With no other option, her mother arranged the weddings of all three daughters on the same day, one mass ceremony, because she couldn't afford separate ones. Bhanwari, only 18, was married off to Amar Singh, a driver from Barunda village. Her new life was no easier. Amar was an alcoholic, and her in-laws' home offered no comfort. But fate had something different in store. Her father-in-law, a health department employee, helped her get a job as an auxiliary nurse. By 1999, she was posted far from home. In Gag El Merdad at the hospital, Bhanwari's beauty caught attention. One day a man approached her with an unexpected proposal. Would she like to act in films? At first she hesitated, but the offer lit up her imagination. This could be her chance to escape the chains of ordinary life. She agreed on soon. She was starring in Rajasthani films and music albums, but while the cameras loved her, her government job did not. Her frequent absences became impossible to ignore. She needed protection. She needed powerful friends, and she found them. One of the most powerful was Congress MLA Malkhan Singh Bishnoi. Their bond grew closer than anyone could have imagined. By 2009, complaints about her absences reached the authorities. An investigation revealed the truth. Nurse Bhanwari hardly showed up at work. She was suspended. Desperate, she turned to her allies. Malkhan Singh introduced her to Mahapal Maderna, a senior minister in the Rajasthan government. He pulled strings, overturned her suspension, even got her transferred closer to home. But this favor was not free. Her relationships with these men deepened. Crossing the line between politics and personal life, her status grew. Her salary no longer mattered. She now had wealth, cars, a comfortable home, the respect of people who once ignored her. But with this rise came something else: ambition. Bhanwari no longer wanted to just be close to power. She wanted to hold it. She dreamed of contesting elections, of becoming an MLA herself, and that dream terrified the very men who had once controlled her. When persuasion failed, Bhanwari revealed her weapon. She claimed to have a 53-minute video footage of her and Mahapal Maderna in compromising moments. It wasn't just gossip. It wasn't a rumor. It was real, she told them. Give me a ticket to contest elections, or I will release this CD and bring the government to its knees. For Maderna, it was a nightmare. If the CD leaked, his career would end. His family's honor, his party's image, everything would be destroyed. But Bhanwari didn't stop there. She approached the opposition BJP, offering them the CD in exchange for support. For them, it was a golden chance to attack the ruling party. They agreed. Now Maderna was desperate. He begged her to return the CD, but she refused, unless he paid her 60 lakh rupees, nearly $80,000. The deal was set. A date was fixed. On the appointed day, Bhanwari Devi left her home with the CD. Outside, a bolero was waiting. She climbed in. Inside, the men played the CD, watching every second of its 53 minutes to confirm it was real. But then, the car changed. Direction. Bhanwari froze. Her instincts screamed something was wrong. This was not the route they had agreed upon. Fear gripped her chest. She shouted, begged, tried to resist. But it was too late. The men grabbed her, forced her down between the seats. One pressed his hands around her throat. She struggled, kicking, gasping for breath, but the grip was merciless. Within minutes, her body went still. Bhanwari Devi was dead. Her killers drove to a remote spot where a furnace burned fiercely. They threw her body into the flames, watching as every trace of her turned to ash. At first, no one suspected a thing. Her husband assumed she was away on work, as she often was. But when days passed, worry spread. Soon, her disappearance exploded into a political scandal. The opposition accused the government of shielding its ministers. Public outrage grew. Under immense pressure, the case was handed to the CBI. The accused were tracked down. They confessed, describing exactly how they killed her and destroyed her body. But when investigators searched the spot, they found only burnt bones. And then came a shocking twist. DNA tests showed the bones were not human. They belonged to animals. The investigation hit a dead end. Then, in an unprecedented move, the CBI contacted the FBI in America. For the first time in India, the FBI was brought into a murder case. The samples were flown overseas. Weeks later, results came back. The remains were indeed Bhanwari Devi's. The CD itself was later recovered from her bank locker in Jodhpur, sealing the truth of her threats. Several people, including Mahapal Maderna and Malkin Singh, were arrested. The case seemed airtight. But today, more than a decade later, there is still no final judgment. All the accused are out on bail. Justice has been delayed, maybe even denied. This is the chilling story of Bhanwari Devi, woman who rose from poverty to the inner circles of power, only to be silenced forever when she tried to break free. Her case remains a haunting reminder of how dangerous it is to stand against political corruption and how ambition can turn into a death sentence. So what do you think? Was Bhanwari Devi's murder about silencing her, or protecting something much bigger? Share your thoughts in the comments. You found this story gripping? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life in